Hello everybody, it's Bendominator and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Bendominator podcast. Today we're on episode 31 of the podcast and I hope everyone is having a wonderful day today. And today's kind of a big episode. I mean, last week was pretty crazy, but today is huge because we're getting an update tomorrow already, and it seems like it's going to be the brand new Winterfest update for this year, or whatever they end up calling it this year. We have a ton of news to go over in this podcast. Even though I made a bunch of videos last week and this week, there's still so much that I missed because there's just been so much news. And I've just been making a bunch of videos talking about Chapter 3 in general, the gameplay of it, not so much the news side. So yeah, that's what the podcast's for. We're going to be talking about all that kind of stuff as well, along with answering your guys' questions at the end, like always. In terms of the channel, though, again, we're going to start off, as we always do, talking about the channel. In fact, I already released a video today on the channel, which is pretty funny. Because, yeah, there's just been so much to make videos on. I pretty much uploaded I uploaded it almost every day last week, which is kind of crazy. I almost did a full week of everyday uploads. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to upload every single day. I think I missed out on Friday and Thursday, but I almost uploaded every day, and when I didn't, I streamed. So it was really, really fun. I mean, the launch of Chapter 3, I'm still having such a good time with it. As you could probably tell by last week's podcast, just such a good time with Chapter 3. I've been making a bunch of videos on it. I made my first impressions. I uploaded my first game. I ranked all the POIs. I ranked all the weapons. I even did a live stream playing it, and it's just been so good. And then also on the creative end, it's been a lot of fun too. We just released Brimroyal Season 5, which so far has been such a fun experience. I always love launching a brand new Brim season. It's always so much fun to play it with you guys and see everyone's reaction to it, and it's just such a it's such a rewarding experience, after spending all that time making the season and planning it and just getting everything ready. It's such a rewarding feeling to just finally release it and just play it with people. It's just been such a good time. So I'm very excited about that. Definitely going to be doing a lot more streams of that as well, and we'll be updating that map as well every single week like we have been doing for the past few seasons. So I'm excited about that. So overall, both BR and creative has just been such a good time recently. I mean, Fortnite's just been so much fun for me, and it's just crazy how we're going to just keep getting more of that insane fun factor in the next few days here with some new updates. So with tomorrow, we're going to be seeing a brand new update, and we're going to be talking about that a lot when it comes to the news section. But overall, yeah, channel's been doing really well. Videos have been so much fun to make. Like, this is probably the most fun I've had making content on this channel, just period. Even like the lead up to Chapter 3, I mean, I made a ton of videos like the event reaction, I made top 5 POIs on the Chapter 2 map. I had so many more videos planned for the end of Chapter 2 that I just couldn't make because they just released Chapter 3 like the day after the event, which I was not expecting. I'm very happy that they did though, because it was a lot of fun. It kind of would have sucked to have to wait that long for Chapter 3, but it also ruined kind of my plans. But hey, you win some, you lose some. I think it was definitely worth it. But some of those videos that I was gonna make included a review for Chapter 2 Season 8, a review of the live event, and I was gonna make some more retrospective type content, like my favorite skin from every season of Chapter 2. I could technically still make those videos, but do people really care about my opinion on those things at this point? Do people care about my opinion on Chapter 2 Season 8? Do they care about my opinion on the live event? I don't think so. I don't think people care that much. Maybe you can let me know in the comments of this podcast, but I think I'm just gonna go into like Chapter 3 mode. I'm done talking about Chapter 2. I'm done with it. No more Chapter 2. So yeah, that's just what's gonna happen. I think is we're gonna move on to Chapter 3. We're gonna forget everything behind it because yeah, there was a lot of retrospective stuff I had planned, but at this point, I don't think anybody cares about my opinion on Chapter 2. And if you want to hear a bunch of Chapter 2 opinions, then I already made videos on a lot of it, just not everything. I mean, I even made a podcast comparing Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, so that's at least something. I talked about my top 5 POIs. I reacted to the event, so you can kind of see my reaction to it. Maybe I'll talk about it in like another podcast someday, but right now I don't want to talk about chapter 2. We're going to talk about chapter 3 and we're going to move on to the news segment of this podcast so we can do just that. So, big headliner for today's podcast. Brand new update tomorrow. 19.01 is coming out tomorrow, and it is supposedly going to be the Winterfest update. Which, yeah, it makes sense. It's already December 13th, so the update comes out on the 14th of December. Next week, like next Saturday, like this Saturday, and then next Saturday is Christmas. So yeah, they've already been releasing a bunch of Christmas cosmetics. It only makes sense that tomorrow will be the Winterfest update. It doesn't mean Winterfest is going to start tomorrow. In fact, I think it's going to start like on Thursday. I'm not exactly sure. It starts on December 16th. So it starts on Thursday. The update comes out tomorrow. But that means we're going to get all the skins leaked. So I'm just really hoping, like, Chapter 3 has been really good so far, but cosmetics are still kind of a gray area. The Battle Pass has been really good. I think the Battle Pass is kind of a mixed bag. I've still yet to make a video on it. I think I'm going to wait until I just rank all the skins. Battle Pass is kind of a mixed bag for me, but the skins that are good are really, really good. I mean, we got Spider-Man. We can already tell that Fortnite's going to go the way of collaborations still, which I don't really have a problem with, honestly. I just hope they don't really overdo it, but at this point, how can they really overdo it? I mean, if they're overdoing it all the time, then it's kind of just the norm now, so I can't expect them to overdo it more than they already have been, so I don't really have a problem with the collaborations at all, honestly. Not, like, if you asked me a few weeks ago, then I might have said, oh, they're kind of doing it too much, but at this point, I just don't care. Collaborations are fun, you know? They're cool skins. Even if I don't care about the IP, sometimes I still buy them, because they're cool skins, you know? So, don't care about the collabs. But this is a Winterfest update. So I'm going to really hope that we get a lot of original Christmas skins, unlike this year's Halloween event. Because this year's Halloween event was and even the summer event, was mostly collabs and reskin/redesigns. I know reskin is a very picky word, you know, it doesn't apply to everything that people use it for, including myself, but when I say reskins, I also mean redesigns. So, yeah, hopefully that clears that up for you. So, I really, really hope, with one exception, I hope that we get a bunch of original, non-collab, just straight up new Christmas designs. I'm not extremely, like, sold that that's gonna happen to us, or happen to the game, whatever. I don't know why I worded that way. See, this is why when I make videos, I always have to cut so much out, but this is a podcast. Anyway, I'm not really sure if that's gonna happen, because based on the skins that we've seen in the survey, which is pretty much like, so many of those skins are coming out. I'm not gonna name them right now, but there's already a lot of reskins in the survey leaks already. Reskins, redesigns. Hopefully that's not all that we're getting. I hope there's some more original designs too. But the one exception, the one main exception, being AXO. I don't think it's gonna happen, because, like, AXO is literally a summer skin, so it would be weird. But, oh my goodness, would I love an AXO Christmas skin. Please give it to us, Fortnite. Please. Please give us something, dude. Because, like, oh man, we got the AXO edit style, we got the Toxo edit style. I love that. There's still that Lava edit style in the survey. And there's so many more designs I could do with him, and I just hope. I don't even care if it's a separate skin. Just give me AXO and a Christmas sweater, that's all I ask. Alright? That's what I'm hoping. I asked the same thing last year. In fact, I might even have a podcast last year. I don't know if I was doing the Bed Armor podcast last year during December, but if I did, then I definitely asked for the same thing, because it's all I ask. It's all I ask. So I doubt it's gonna happen, but I am very, very hopeful. I'm hopeful. The more AXO, the better, is what I say. And we have still yet to see a brand new version of the skin. We have seen the edit style, which is a very big win. We saw the AXO edit style, we saw the Toxo edit style, but I want them to keep supporting him. I'm getting worried for my boy. I don't want him to become obscure, which I don't think he will. There's a lot of people who like the skin still. But we must keep the Axo fandom alive, guys. We need to keep it alive because yeah, he could use I think he could use another skin, maybe even more edit styles. Hey, that lava edit style, I would love to see that. Maybe the Lava Legends pack will add Lava Axo. That would be cool. That would be pretty darn cool. So another piece of news that I made a video on today actually is the Mythics and Creative. I'm not going to elaborate too much in this podcast because I made a video on it. But they're really cool. I'm excited. They're going to be releasing them slowly over the course of the next week. We might see more in the files in tomorrow's update. Maybe we'll even see exotics. There's a lot of stuff that could happen for tomorrow's update. And Creative, again, I made a video on that. I even talked about the update and how we could probably get henchmen. Maybe we'll get melee. We'll just have to wait and see. I really hope we get the melee device. Henchmen would be cool, but they might need... It's going to be a very complicated thing, so even if they do get added, they might just get, like, immediately removed because of bugs. I don't know. We'll see. I'm a bit worried about that, but I think it'll be fun to see. So yeah, exotics, or not exotics, sorry, mythics. In Creative, a bunch. They're all going to be released, at least all the ones in the files right now are going to be released by the end of this week. And we might even see more in the next update. Maybe we'll see exotics. We have the Chili Chug Splash, but that's about it. So I'll be excited to see exotics if that does happen. Fire Monkey has a leak about Winterfest. He says, Winterfest 2021 Cabin will be the creative mode hub, and you can play creative games all part of the winter event. So, similar to the summer event, there's going to be a bunch of creative games, I guess similar to the Halloween one as well. I hope challenges aren't tied to that, but there's also weekly challenges for tomorrow as well that are going to be coming out. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and yeah, we'll see if there's Winterfest challenges for BR. Hopefully not creative. I mean, I guess they're kind of easy to do if they're in creative, but I want to play BR, dude. It's Chapter 3. The map's so much fun. I want to play BR for my challenges during Christmas. I don't want to be playing creative, you know? I feel like that would be really weird of them to do. Is just be like, hey, Chapter 3, brand new map. We're pushing BR. Oh, by the way, the Winterfest challenges you need to do in creative. Like, I feel like that would be really weird, so I hope they don't do that. I don't think they will. There's also another Rocket League Llamarama event. All the cosmetics pretty much look the same to me, though. Like, you got the Rocket League cars, the back bling. I'm pretty sure, like, we already had that, pretty much. It's just in pink now. The pickaxe looks cool. It's like the car on a stick. Probably not going to play to earn those rewards, though, because I was pretty underwhelmed by the other ones. Like, I feel like whenever they do Llamarama, the cosmetics that you get for Rocket League are always so much better than the ones you get for Fortnite. And I don't really play Rocket League. I mean, I like it. It's fun, but I don't really care too much for these cosmetics, so... yeah. Also, Tilted will most likely return around January. Like, according to Hypex, he says the 4th birthday of Tilted Towers is on the 18th of January, which is week 7, which is time with an update day, most likely 19.10's content update, or 19.20 is also referenced in week 8. Eliminate an opponent at Tilted Towers challenge. So possibly January 18th, which would be... I guess it would... What day would that be? Would that be a Tuesday? That would be yeah, that would be a Tuesday. So that would most likely be the release of 19.20. Because Epic's going to be going on break here pretty soon as well. So, like, the employees are going to be going on Christmas break. So, we most likely... Like, we've been pretty spoiled so far. But after 19.10, which I don't have a problem with this, by the way, I'm just stating... After 19.10, we probably won't see 19.20 until around the 18th of January. Maybe a bit sooner. Maybe the 11th. But, yeah, we'll probably be waiting a while Epic goes on vacation. But I'm sure they have a ton of amazing content planned for us. And even if not, like, even if all the stuff just comes out tomorrow, like, it's still Chapter 3. Like, I don't think I'm going to get bored of this for a while. I can go a few weeks without an update. Like, I don't even expect an update this soon, but I guess I should have, because, like, when else are they going to do it? When else would they release it? They kind of have to now. So, yeah, I'm like overwhelmed with content with this game. It's so much fun right now. So I'm just super excited to see what they do tomorrow with the game. I'm not expecting that much for BR, but for creative, it's going to be pretty cool, I bet. And for cosmetics, it's probably going to be really big because, you know, holiday updates for cosmetics are usually pretty huge. So I'm excited for that. I'm interested to see what skins they bring. In terms of like the actual game and the map and stuff, I don't expect much to change until 19.20. That's probably when we'll see Tilted and whatever those leaked, whatever weapons they decide to add. I don't even know. I don't think there's even any weapons leaked or items. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. I'm very curious to see how they're going to handle this loot pool because it's all new weapons, all new stuff. So I don't know if they're going to like add old weapons into it or if they're just going to make new ones whenever they need to add a new weapon. It's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting for sure. So I'm excited about that. Also in creative, something I forgot to mention in my video today, you can now submit up to 5 maps and discover at a time, which is really, really cool. That's definitely a big bonus for creative. Up to 5 maps and discover, or for discovery. Seems like they're definitely making some changes to discover. Maybe we'll see some of those changes next update, who knows, but they have been planning to make some changes to the system to improve it, which I'm very happy about, because I think it could definitely use some improving at the moment. We're also going to be getting some like new Spider-Man skins. Apparently Mary Jane, MJ, might be in the game. I really hope we get like a Miles Morales skin. I think it would really be cool to have a Miles Morales skin. He has such a unique, style to him. He's got like, especially if we get like the Miles Morales game that came out on PS5 with like, he's like in the suit, but he's like wearing his coat and pants over it, like the shorts over it. That would be so cool. That would be awesome. I would love to see that as a skin in the game. But more Spider-Man stuff, I'm all down for it, dude. I love the Spider-Man skin. I think they did it really well. I can't wait to unlock it. I've been like skipping so many tiers just so I can get to it. So yeah, I'm very excited to unlock that skin for sure. And hopefully tomorrow's challenges should get me closer to it. But yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. And his mythics have been a lot of fun too. It's been so much fun to just swing around the Fortnite map. It's definitely kind of annoying to go up against. I don't expect them to be in the game the entire season. I think they're going to handle it like the Venom ones where they take it out, because it definitely does kind of make the game like a bit more... I don't want... Like, it's just a lot of fun, but I kind of recognize it can be a bit annoying to fight against opponents who have it. So I can't imagine it's going to be in the game forever. It's like the Venom thing. It's like the Venom mythics were really, really fun, but also annoying to go against, so I think it's going to be interesting. I also am curious to know if they're going to make some nerfs to the SMG, because they added some buffs to the shotguns, but they didn't nerf the SMG, which is an interesting take. I wonder if they're just going to try and balance it out and kind of like bring the shotguns up and keep the SMG the same. I don't really know. I don't really mind if they nerf the SMG. I don't really want them to either, though. I think it's, well, I don't know. I think it could use a bit of a nerf, but it's not too like terribly overpowered at the moment, especially with the shotgun buff. I think it kind of balances it out a little bit better. But yeah, who knows? Maybe they'll take a look at the SMGs and nerf them. But it was very interesting to see them already buffing stuff. Very cool to see them do that. There's also the Buttercake animal or wildlife that we saw in the trailer. It's like a giant dinosaur, and I'm assuming you're going to be able to ride on this. We talked about this a lot in last week's podcast, but there's more information about it. It says, Hypex says a berry fruit spawner next to him is sold by Haven for 25 gold. Has 4 variants, and one of them has a 100% chance spawn location. But yeah, there's not too much more about it. It's going to be the first rideable animal, drops 50 HP meat on death. Has a blowhole that you can use to redeploy. So maybe like some kind of launch pad type thing on his head. That'll be interesting. So good mobility for sure, probably. But I feel like they're gonna be very interesting for sure. Also theories about the 7 launching another rocket. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a live event or just something for like challenges. It might just be something for challenges, which if that's the case, that'll be crazy. Like something that was like the first live event will just be a challenge. I don't know if that's the case. I'm just theorizing. Because I don't know if they're going to be able to make a whole event super interesting around just a rocket launch. But hey, they might be able to do it. They might. I'm down for it if that's the case. We also know who all the 7 members are. We just don't know what they all look like. We have the Foundation, the Origin, which is new, Paradigm, Scientist, Visitor, and the 2 Sisters, which is very interesting. Gino is not part of that, to my knowledge. And also Mythic Striker Shotgun. They've been posting a bunch of or I guess leakers have been posting a bunch of like mythic versions of existing weapons. So that's gonna be interesting. I guess like we already have the mythic MK7, so I guess it makes sense to make the other weapons have mythic variants. How they're gonna be obtained, we don't really know yet, but that's also interesting to note. There's a crack shot version of the truck, which is cool. Bears might get added. This seems like a pretty far-fetched theory, but there's some things in the files that support it. I mean, that would make sense for this season, I guess. There's a lot of, like, snow and Alps. I feel like it's interesting how they kind of theme each chapter. Like, Chapter 1 didn't really have much of a theme. Chapter 2 kind of had, like, a fishing theme. Like, I feel like Chapter 2 Season 1 was very fishing themed, and the whole map kind of carried that theme around it. This map seems to be very, like, wilderness theme, very, just kind of, like, a large majority of it just, like, has like the snow, but even with that, it's just kind of like a bit more of a wilderness theme, and of course the exploration theme as well. So it's interesting how they do that. So bears would fit into that very, very well, I think. Of course, we still have a bunch of the other wildlife in the game, and yeah, I just hope bears aren't too annoying to go against, because I'm personally not a huge fan of the wildlife. I'm not a fan, but I don't think they're ever going away now. I don't think so. But yeah, also a shield sprinkler weapon, which we saw in the trailer, that could be added to tomorrow's update. Who knows? Weather could be added, but I doubt it. I feel like that's gonna definitely be a much later. So that would be very, very interesting. But yeah, and then mythic versions of the other weapons. Deep freeze bundle returning, which is cool. That was like in chapter 1. It's interesting how they're bringing that back. There's a pizza item. Okay, so there's like a lot of healing items in the files, which is interesting to me because we already have a lot of healing items. But there's also this pizza item. They all sound really cool though. Like this pizza party emote, max second one, has 8 slices, consumes for 1.5 seconds. It's like a pizza box, which is really cool as a healing item. I like that. That's very creative. According to FireMonkey, we might get the machine pistol added in the game. It got a bunch of new rarities and updates. So that would be cool. It got added to creative accidentally as well, so hopefully that actually finally comes out, the machine pistol. Because that would be a good addition, because I feel like right now the loot pool's really good, but it could use another sniper, another SMG, and yeah, that's about it. I mean, also explosives. We don't have any explosives. We don't have a rocket launcher. We don't have a grenade launcher. I think this season could really use the rocket launcher. Maybe a new version of it, like with a scope, like in Call of Duty. I think that would be really cool. Like a slower, like big, over-the-shoulder rocket launcher with like a really slow scope that zooms in, like the new MK7. I think that would be great. That would be a really good addition to the game, in my opinion, for a rocket launcher. Apparently, the Season 6 jump boot mythics have also been updated. Maybe we'll see those in creative, but it wasn't in the other list, so I'm not really sure. Sergeant Winter's gonna have some quest lines, probably be added tomorrow. So yeah, lots of really cool stuff there. Marshmallow will be returning to the item shop soon with his new edit style. In fact, I think that's happening tomorrow as well. It also, okay, there's a new Loki poster spotted on the map, which is interesting. That shows off, like, the show version of him, like the TVA. So, maybe we'll get another Loki collab with his TVA version. That would be really cool. I'd be very excited to see that. And then, of course, Boba Fett's going to be coming out on the 24th. Yeah, we have the Gears of War collab. All that kind of cool stuff. We don't really see any other collabs other than the Gears of War one, and of course Spider-Man. I feel like there's one that I'm forgetting, but that's kind of like the only skins we got in the item shop this week, which was pretty cool. Because we got the whole battle pass, so it makes sense. We're probably going to be seeing a bunch of new skins tomorrow. We got a bunch of new returning skins, or new returning skins, a bunch of old returning Christmas skins to the item shop. So that's very cool. But overall, I think that's finally like all the news. That actually took way faster than I thought it would. But man, there's a ton. Like, this season's gonna be crazy. I'm so excited. Like, I'm still so excited about this season. It's been a whole week. There's gonna be an update tomorrow. It's just crazy. It's just crazy that there's already gonna be an update. But I guess it makes sense. It makes sense because, like, when else are they gonna do it? They're going on break soon. And when they come back, we'll probably get like the Tilted update, and it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. If you can't tell, I really hope. I'm just hoping for that Axo style. But yeah, we're gonna move on to some viewer questions now. That we've kind of finished up with the whole news section. I actually haven't read over too many of these, so apologies if I take a while to find some good ones here. Dramatron asks, "What's your opinion on New Skate Pro?" I haven't really watched any New Skate Pro, but I don't get the great. Like, I feel like it's not like terrible. It could be worse. I know there's people who actually genuinely like enjoy the storyline because I know that channel has like a whole storyline going over it. It's cool, I guess. I mean, I definitely think that there's a big market for Fortnite cinematics. Um, like replay mode has so much potential, and you can really see that through a lot of mini BR trailers. I think that they could just do a lot more with it, you know? I feel like they could do a lot more with replay mode and the idea of Fortnite cinematics because I think it's a good idea. I just think it's kind of boring when it's mostly just two characters talking to each other. I mean, that's definitely required for some parts of a cinematic, but I think it could use some more. And maybe they've changed a bit more since I like from the little clips I've seen, but most part it just seems like two characters talking with not so great dialogue and not so amazing voice acting. So I feel like I just wish there was a bit more going on. And I think mini BR trailers do a much better job with cinematics, and I would like to see a lot more of that stuff applied to the Fortnite storyline community, because I know a lot of people enjoy the Fortnite storyline, and I think doing that, like, it's a good way even to create your own stories, but replay mode is just a great tool to use to tell stories in Fortnite, whether that be creative or BR, and I just think that there's a lot more potential to it that they kind of haven't utilized, and I think if they did that, like, there's a big market for it, obviously. I think if it's not New Skate Pro, somebody else should really, and maybe there's someone I'm not like aware of, but somebody should really take advantage of the replay tools from Fortnite to make their own stories, like people that have like BR maps do, because it's definitely has a lot of potential. Aquatic Kepper asks, why did you start doing YouTube? Honestly, YouTube's just kind of one of those things that I've wanted to do for a while. I just like making stuff. I feel like I'm a very, like, creative person, as in, like, I just like to make stuff, whether that be in games or videos or whatever. It's just something that I kind of wanted to do, and when Fortnite has been such a fun thing for me to play, I just felt, hey, why not? I mean, I like talking about Fortnite. Fortnite's a very fun thing to discuss. I mean, I could talk about it for hours, which I have on this channel. So, I don't know. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed making videos, and the reason I started is just because I wanted to make stuff. I like making stuff. I like making videos. I like editing. I like making thumbnails. I like making maps and creative. I like just making anything, you know? I feel like doing this channel allows me to express all my creativity at once, except for maybe when it comes to music, because I can't really make music on this channel, which is why I really want to start a music channel, because I do like to write music and stuff, so I can't really express that on this channel as much, but I get to express, like, when it comes to making art. I feel like thumbnails are definitely kind of part of that, like digital, like graphic design. I really like that. Just video editing, another thing I'd just like to make. Game design with Brim, like map design and stuff like that, just visuals and all that kind of stuff with Fortnite Creative, and just like, I don't know, and being able to tell a story through Brimmerall as well, and just being able to make videos for the channel, like commentaries and stuff, being able to talk about stuff. It's just a lot of fun, you know? I like conversation, and I like creativity, and I feel like this channel is like a perfect mix of that for me. I get to express myself creatively. I get to just have conversations about the game, and it's just a lot of fun. I think it's really fun. I like talking about the game. I like making content around it, and it just never gets boring for me because Fortnite's always changing. Chapter 3 is such a big example of that. Fortnite is always changing. There's always something to talk about. Even with its driest periods. Even during Chapter 2, where some of the seasons may not have been as interesting, I still just love making videos. Even if I don't like the game, which right now I love the game, I don't think there's really been a point in when like I've been making videos that I hated the game. But even if there was a season that I absolutely just dreaded and I just never wanted to play it and I was just so bored of the game, I would still have fun making videos because there's still so much to talk about. Even if I'm not enjoying the game, I can talk about how I'm not enjoying the game and why I'm not. And I can still cover the news, I can still cover skins, I can still cover all this other stuff. I can still have fun with creative, and it's just like, it's always fun. There's no stop to how much enjoyment I can get out of this, you know? It's just always a good time. And yeah, I guess I hope that answers your question. I went a bit long-winded and off topic, but still, I think it's just a fun. It's just fun. It's just fun. That's the best way I can put it. It's just fun, and it allows me to express myself creatively, and just have a conversation with you guys about Fortnite and just talk about it. You know, it's just fun. It's fun. That's all I can really say. Um, Lemonman asks, since Fortnite has only done 5 out of 7 of the main biomes, would you like them to see them do rainforest, canopy of rain, and other things, or shrubland? I think it'll be interesting to see more biomes, and even things that are like not even like real world stuff, because like there's a lot of fictional biomes they could do as well. You know, like I think there's a lot of stuff they can do with the map, especially now with the new chapter. It's definitely very diverse at the moment, but it's also kind of a lot of stuff we've seen before, which really isn't a complaint from me, but it would be cool. It would be cool to see some more interesting stuff as well. I think parts of Chapter 2 did definitely kind of expand on their ability to make more interesting biomes. Like, we saw a little bit of it with Season 7. We got some interesting alien biome. I think that was cool. Season 8, I didn't really love the Sideways or whatever it was called. I already forget what it was called, but I think that was pretty cool. And the primal biomes, which was a bit more realistic but still very fictional. I kind of like the more fictional biomes than the more realistic ones. Uh, but it would be cool to see like a full-on rainforest, you know? Like we kind of have a bit of like jungle and stuff, but it's not super like expansive. It's kind of small, not really as an area, but just as in like the scope of it. Like the trees aren't really that big. I love the winter area right now where it has like giant, huge evergreens. I love that so much. Uh, so more stuff like that I think would be cool. Just expanding the scope of the biomes I think would be really neat. Um, Ace asks 2 questions. Are you liking the mythics in creative? And is there are you where they yes, you can break the ice in the water and brim. That is definitely that is intended. Um do you like the mythics in creative? Yes. Again, I made a whole video on it. I talked a little bit about it here, but I think mythics is a very good step for creative. I don't know why they didn't do it sooner. It seemed like they were very hesitant to do it, but I guess after the community was just really asking them to do it, they finally were like, okay, fine, we'll do it. We'll do it. So I'm very excited that they have finally added it, and hopefully they do the same with exotics, because I think personally, while they're not as good stat-wise, some exotics are far more interesting than some of the mythics. So exotics the main thing I'm waiting for, but mythics are still a great step in the right direction. And it's always just good to see more weapons in creative. It's always good to have more options. Literally anything they add to creative is always good because it just means more options, unless it's something that takes away, but that rarely ever happens. It's usually always just something that adds creative. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to, but it's an extra option that's there. Even if it's something that's not as exciting, it's more options. It's more things, you know? So that's what's great about creative. Whatever they add, it's always going to be useful in some way. It's always going to be useful to someone or some type of map. So, yeah. But anyway, I think that is gonna be it for this video, for the podcast. I expected this to actually go on longer, but I guess it's been a while since I've done a solo episode, so I kind of forgot how long they go on for. But I think that's about it. I think I covered pretty much everything I wanted to. I'm gonna let my voice rest because I already made a video today. I made this, and I'm gonna need to make a video tomorrow for the new update. I'm gonna be covering all the new skins, so yeah, gotta let my voice rest. Gotta upload this, take a bit of a break so I can come back tomorrow morning strong with a brand new video for you guys. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. If you guys enjoy this podcast, be sure to give it a like. Subscribe if you're new, because I make podcasts every single Monday. You can also use my supporter creator code Bendominator in the Fortnite item shop, #ad. And if you guys want to become a member, you can for as low as $2.99 a month if you guys just really, really enjoy what I do. I don't like to play that too much, but I think by the end of the podcasts, it's a nice thing to do. Not everybody watches to the end, so for the people who do, just a nice reminder, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I don't normally like to plug that, but for some reason at the end of the podcast, it makes more sense to. I don't know if that really makes sense at all, but I guess it's what I'm more comfortable doing. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast, and goodbye.